Hi, my name is Manoj Krishna, and in this video from the Human Enquiry Project, we're going to explore how we can begin the journey of understanding ourselves and the key principles of inquiry. Looking at ourselves clearly is an art that needs to be learned and is central to all the discoveries that we will make. Looking at ourselves initially feels strange, because throughout our education we are taught only about the world around us, but not about ourselves or how our minds work. This understanding is important because it brings emotional intelligence and wisdom, leads to happy relationships because we understand ourselves and each other better, allows us to meet life's challenges with serenity, and because we are not stressed, we can be healthier. It also allows us to live with a sense of inner peace. An important fact to understand is that though each of us has unique memories which we identify with, hidden from our awareness, our minds function in similar ways so we can explore it together. The fear we all experience, for example, is the same, though the causes of fear in each of us will be different. This is similar to computers, which have unique contents in their hard drive but share the same operating system which works in the background. We spend time preparing for our journeys in the world. What can we do to prepare for this journey to explore our inner spaces? Let's start by asking how we listen to something new. If you observe carefully, you will see that our minds screen for things that we agree with and ignore or reject things that feel new or that we disagree with. Is it possible instead to keep an open mind and neither accept nor reject an idea, but explore it and find out if it is true? So how do we begin? Just as we watch birds flying across the sky, just watching them simply without commenting or analyzing, we can observe our reactions, thoughts, and feelings, and then explore what lies behind them. How we look at ourselves is the key, and seeing what is happening in our inner spaces needs us to be fully alert, because our thoughts and feelings move so fast. We need to learn from children and observe our thoughts and feelings with curiosity, with a mind that is open to learning. It is important that we be honest with ourselves and accept what we find. We may find, for example, that we're jealous, and that challenges our idea of who we are. It is, however, only in accepting the fact that we can explore what is behind it. This is easier if we understand that deep down we are the same as other human beings. Our minds are used to judging things as right or wrong, good or bad. This stops us looking further. Can we look at ourselves with kindness, accepting who we are? It is in watching our reactions and exploring what is behind them that we can make new discoveries about ourselves. For example, we feel hurt when our expectations are not met. We get angry and blame the other person for hurting us. If we paused and explored that, we would see that it is our own expectation that has caused us to feel hurt, and we could then explore why we have expectations in the first place. This inquiry into understanding ourselves is not an intellectual process. It does not need us to be clever or smart. It just needs a certain simplicity where we can look like this child does without trying to immediately name the flower and have an opinion about it. For example, when we're alone, could we observe and be with the feeling that arises without labeling it is loneliness, because as soon as we label it, we lose touch with the actual feeling. The word loneliness then triggers many reactions from our memory, and the intellectual process begins. This understanding cannot be given to us, and we need to discover it for ourselves. For example, no one can tell you what water tastes like. You have to drink it to find out. Just as in quantum physics, and also when we look within, this principle applies. The thing being observed changes as a result of that observation. If we can look at the feeling of fear, for example, with passion, without labeling it as fear and without escaping from it or saying it is good or bad, it transforms. Please test it for yourself and find out. Sometimes this inquiry can make us uncomfortable. This happens because our existing ideas may be challenged, or because the unfamiliar creates uncertainty and resistance, or we may react to a perception that we are being criticized or being asked to change. When looking at ourselves, it's useful to ask, what is the fact? The fact may be, for example, that I'm angry, and my opinion about the fact could be, my anger is justified and it's the other person's fault. Focusing on our anger allows us to ask, what is behind it? And that can illuminate our understanding and bring change. Like learning a musical instrument, this inquiry needs commitment and passion, and the results are more than worthwhile. In this inquiry, we do not need to believe what is written in a book or follow what others say, because we can listen, examine it for ourselves and in ourselves, and find out. A truth we discover for ourselves has much more impact and can change our life. Questions are important. The right question can open the door to new discoveries within ourselves. For example, why do we compare ourselves with others? And what are the results of that? Or how can we live in relationships without conflict? This approach to inquiry is scientific, uncovering the facts of how our minds work, and is not based on any belief system or a rule book on how to live your life. It gives rise to a different intelligence, and it is this intelligence that acts and can transform our life without effort. So, what are the next steps? Please visit our website, humanenquiry.org, where you can subscribe to our newsletter, watch videos, and more. You can also follow us on social media, where our hashtag is Human Enquiry. If you have a question, please email us, but the most important thing now is to begin and take that first step. Thank you.